Hi guys. Welcome. Welcome aboard if you're new. Welcome back if you're not. Welcome home if that feels fine for you. Let's talk about what's up this week. This week, of course, being the 12th of December through the 18th of December 2021. We are almost through this calendar year, guys. That's crazy. Let's get right into it. Monday, the 12th. Wow. Hey, I'm getting ahead of myself. Monday the 12th, we start with a Leo moon. We have an early quincunx to Mercury. The sun in Sagittarius sextiles Saturn. Hello, my little friend. That Leo moon trines Chiron, sextiles Mars, and squares Uranus. Here's the deal. This is a day of redefinition, okay? So when it comes to your heart, when it comes to yourself, it's a day for reevaluation of values, right? Where you're putting or spending your energies. This is important, right? The sun and the moon are all fired up, right? The sun is in Sagittarius. The moon is in Leo. So we have that involvement with Saturn and Mars. So really pay attention to your ideas about plans and actions that will sustain you or help you to create yourself in a new way, right? And those are grounded. Whoa, hello, my friend. Okay. Those are grounded. Wait a minute. Yeah, those are grounded, very grounded by those bigger planets, by that Saturn involvement earlier in the day with the sun. So allow, right, for latitude, allow for redefinition and change, knowing that you're still grounded. Wow. Within. Dang, they're popping out here. I better talk faster. On Tuesday the 13th, that Leo moon makes an opposition to Saturn, a trine to the sun, and then two quincunxes to Neptune and Pluto. So take care of business early in the day. That moon in opposition to Saturn and the sun trining the moon will kind of have you in go mode, right? And that get shit done will be very easy early in the day. As the day moves on and the moon starts to aspect Neptune and Pluto in strong ways, it kind of might be a little foggier, a little deeper. That's okay. Go with it, right? Trust that journey. Trust that the light shines within you and that there is no need to be concerned about the where or the how, wow, or the why. Just roll with that. On Wednesday, the moon quincunxes Jupiter, and then overnight, this is overnight, she moves into Virgo, so you'll wake up in that energy. The sun in Sagittarius squares Neptune. The moon trines, hello, the moon trines Venus, which is in Capricorn. And then right before the day turns, Mercury, of course, in Capricorn squares Chiron. So this is a day of planning, right? Jupiter's early presence can kind of expand your dreams, your visions. And that's okay. The moon is in Virgo, right? So that is about follow through and action to that get shit done energy. By lunchtime, though, you might feel a little daydreamy, and the daydreams might outpace the action. So again, this is another day to get your stuff done early in the day. And the other thing is, I really do want to say that daydreamy, foggy kind of energy is really okay as long as that home energy, what feels like home, what tastes like home, what looks like home, what smells like home, that always kind of invites you on your trajectory. As long as you have that as your default, you will still get shit done, even if only in your vision, right? And remember that 5 minutes of work in the dream time or in the vision time absolutely will whoop a whole day's labor. Yeah, like nobody's business. And then Thursday, the 15th, that Virgo moon is going to quincunx Chiron, trine Mercury, square Mars, trine Uranus, quincunx Saturn, and then Mercury in Capricorn quincunxes, hello, not one yet, right? The big ones came out. These little ones are resistant. That's okay. We're good. We allow for our messages, right? Mercury quincunxes retrograding Mars in Gemini, and then the moon opposes Neptune. So this Thursday is a day about precision and innovation, right? Precision and innovation. Here's the deal. Those are absolutely possible. The limitless nature of genius is fully available if you can stay out of the old stories, the old habits, and the tendencies that may lead you to avoidance or toward distraction, right? So mind your goals and your expressions. Midweek this week is really a time to mean what you say and say what you mean. So be in that kind of mind your mouth mode as it applies to really just being in touch with your truth. And that truth, of course, is always your inner truth, right? And be sure that it's really working on your highest and best. On Friday, the 16th, the Virgo moon squares Mars, trines Pluto, opposes Jupiter, and then in the afternoon moves into Libra. So there's a T-square in the sky with the moon and Jupiter and the sun. So this is a day that is really going to walk the line between self-empowerment and a tendency toward self-sabotage, leaning to self-destruction today. So where you lean in is going to define just not this only day, right? So how can you choose to juggle and balance the depths of yourself? Well, choosing. Make that choice. And the key here is to understand that that balance and depth is everything. And once that moon moves into Libra in the afternoon, you will have a better innate sense of how to balance and harmonize that out. On Saturday the 17th, again, we've got that Libra moon squaring Venus early in the morning, opposing Chiron, and trining Mars. Hello, little friend. And then Mercury, again, very busy Mercury this week, trines Uranus. And then the moon quincunxes Uranus and squares Mercury. So here's the deal. Libra moon, right? This is a demand for balance, a demand for attention to your relationships. And those are relationships that have to do with yourself and others, right? So again, if home is your benchmark, that is even called into question today, right? There's definitely a way where that sense of home might feel challenged or out of focus. So you have two choices, right? You can burrow in, or you can express what might be off, what might be different, what might feel a little bit less than aligned. Here's the deal. Be mindful that not only what you share, but how you share it can change your reality, past, present, and future, right? So if you pull that past reality into your present, you may shift your future. So again, be mindful in not only what you share, but how you share it. This is a big, big deal, especially on Saturday. On Sunday, that Libra moon is going to trine Saturn, quincunx Neptune, and sextile the sun before squaring Pluto and quincunxing Jupiter. And then at the very later part of that day, the moon will move into Scorpio. So here's the deal. The who of who you are is going to feel pretty, solid. It's the how you are that might feel out of alignment on Sunday, with your purpose or with your own power, right? With the ways and means through which you're operating, right? So that may feel like they're falling short And in any way that that's true, if you feel like you're not really meeting your own standards, fall back into your sense of self as your purpose, right? You really never have to be any more than that. Your beingness is really all that's ever required. So if you can find your power simply as your existence first, as that spark of the divine, then sometimes it's a little bit easier to come back to the here and now and not judge your journey, simply to exist as, to be as yourself in that journey, and understand that really at the end of any day, that is your only benchmark, that is your only gold standard, right? Is simply to show up as yourself. Anything else is cake, anything else is bonus. And if you can just show up as you, right, without all the trappings and tinsel and garland and whatever else you might feel the need to decorate yourself up with, you have accomplished, because you are that spark of the divine, right? So this is a busy week about expression, really. Mercury is very busy this week. We see you, friend. Well, you know, our favorite words come up, come up, come up all the time. So anyway, this is a week that really wants you to choose wisely, to trust the journey and to trust your own alignment, and mostly to trust your embodiment and your expression, and your embodiment as your expression, right? Because all of those things are critical mass, especially right now, especially as we're getting ready to hit the winter solstice and really witness that movement of the wheel, right? It's important to remember that you're not, whoa, hey, that you're not being ground under the wheel, right? You're the center of the wheel. And if you can focus your power as that center, right? Sometimes it feels like you're a spoke. Sometimes it feels like you are getting ground under that wheel. But remember, you're the center. You are the thing upon which all things turn, right? Okay, let's have a conversation, shall we? So we have the Four of Wands and the Ace of Pentacles on Monday. We talked about this as a day of redefinition, right? When it comes to yourself, when it comes to your heart, reevaluating your values. So we have an Ace of Pentacles that offers you a brand new way to see something, to feel an opportunity, to be in your resourcedness, right? We talked about this as really creating ideas about plans and actions that will sustain and create you. So Four of Wands is about that shared satisfaction, shared bliss, shared happiness, right? This is your the way you passionately show up as yourself. And this is about a brand new way to do it. So pay attention for that, right? As the moon sextiles Saturn, right? You're going to have a new opportunity. Something new will be coming in a practical way to help you create that giant blissful show up, right? This is about your passions expressed, your passions manifest. Pay attention, pay attention. We've got the Chariot, the Eight of Cups on Tuesday. So the Chariot is about balanced forward motion, and the Eight of Cups is about moving away from something that is not emotionally satisfying. It's about being willing to choose yourself, right? And the Chariot is about balanced forward motion in terms of love and logic, head and heart. Whatever polarity you would like to witness it as pulling, right? It's going to say, well, okay, if we're moving too much to one side, right, we're going to veer off trajectory, veer off course. And this is, if you're pulling to one side and it's not really satisfying you, pull back, right? Be willing to move away from something that doesn't feel, right? Cups are about feeling, that doesn't feel satisfying. So this is about that day where we we take advantage of getting shit done early, right? Be in go mode early. But we talked about this as where you might feel the fog, right? Where you might need to go into the depths and just trust that journey. Yep, if you got to do it, do it. So we have death, and we have the 5 of Pentacles. So the death is about transformation, right? This is cycles. This is beginnings and endings. This is release. This is transformation. And the 5 of Pentacles is a really interesting card, right? It's about the standard interpretation is being left out in the cold, right? But what it really represents is a lack mindset, right? Scarcity, something lacking, right? And the thing about Pentacles is that we believe that somebody has something that we don't, right? These people are outside of this beautiful building with these gorgeous stained glass windows. The key is there's a belief that something inside that building is something that I need in order to be happy, in order to thrive, in order to be whole, right? And so perhaps this is about transforming your beliefs, right? And we talked about this as, again, being a day to get your stuff done early, because those daydreams are going to outpace your sense of action. And how if we set home as our default, it's going to allow us to do that work in vision. Make sure that the work you're doing in vision is creating that mindset for you, that opportunity for you, that vision, that connectedness, that future-paced manifestation point that's going to allow you to call in what you want, your heart's desires, right? Your heart's desires from back here. We're moving toward them. Don't fall back. Don't fall back into that mindset, because we know that 15 minutes of vision work is going to beat a whole day of labor, labor, labor. Choose what you really believe is important. Allow your beliefs to be the thing that undergoes this transformation, right? Your expectation, I need this, I need that, I don't have this, I don't have that. Is that really true? Is that a requirement for your life, or is that just something that you believe because you need to believe it, or you've been told that that's your belief? The opportunity is there for you to transform that. On Thursday, we have the Lovers and we have the 3 of Swords. So let's have a conversation here, because what we're looking at is really a strong parallel here, right? So the Lovers is about choices. The Lovers, of course, divine union, divine couple. This is love. This is romance, right? This is bliss. This is shared forward motion. This is also the card of choice, divinely granted choosings, right? And so the 3 of Swords is a card of loss. It's a card of betrayal. It's a card of ideas, so expectations, right, that fell short of something that we believed we needed, something that we believed we had, and then perhaps we didn't really have it. Right, so we talked about this as a day of precision and innovation. We talked about the limitless nature of genius being available if you can stay out of the old stories, the old habits, and the old tendencies to avoid or give in to distractions. Mind your goal and your expression. Tie your sense of progress to something divine, instead of what you've always had, right? And we talked about this as mean what you say what you mean. Make this part of your intention process as well. Make this part of your goal setting. Make this part of your self-expression, right? We're not working on a mindset of this is my belief. Why is it your belief? Is it actually your belief? Is it in alignment? This is my expectation. Why is it your expectation? Is it something that you actually want? Or is it just something that you've come to expect, that you believe is what you deserve, is that you believe is all you can have, right? This is where you get to change that, change the layer of your manifestation, right? And we witness like layering, not really as better or worse, higher or lower, but is simply different, right? More inner, more outer, right? It's directional, not stratified in terms of quality of good or bad, right? It's simply a different location. And so if you have things that are creating sadness, loss, scarcity, or feelings of lack in your life, how can you transform them, right? How can you transform those to be more in alignment with your divinely led choice? That's a great question. Only you can answer it, but it's a great question. So we have two Six of Wands here on Friday, the 16th of December. Let's pay attention to this, shall we? So we talked about this as a day to walk the line between self-empowerment and self-destruction, and where we're going to lean in, where we're going to balance the depths of ourselves, right? We have victory in two cards. Like I said, we have a T-square, Sun, Moon, and Jupiter. And so this is about how we are challenged to expand, right? How we are challenged to expand ourselves. And so lean in, right? Lean into all those places where you know it feels like victory. I can't tell you what that is for you. I can only tell you, you know what it feels like. I strongly urge you to lean in, especially on Friday, to whatever feels like a win, because this is a win-win. Pay attention. Okay. We've got the Two of Cups and the Four of Pentacles. Now here's the deal. We talked about this as a day to balance and a day to pay attention to your relationships, to self and otherwise, right? Pulling that home as your benchmark. So here's the deal. We also talked about this as being a day where not only what you share, but how you share it will change your reality. We have the Two of Cups, which is the card of, this is a card of love, right? This is a card of blessed union. This is a card of, this is linking right back up with Thursday's energy. So this is about balanced relationships, whether it's romantic relationship. Really, this is about love. So it's a loving relationship. And it is really about fulfilling others' needs as well as your own, right? You fill your cup, therefore you have more to fill someone else's. The Four of Pentacles is a card of hoarding. It's a card of withholding. It's a card of keeping. It's a card of scarcity mindset, right? Which we've seen as a theme this week. So this is about holding on to things you don't need simply because you're afraid to give them up. This is about being miserly or keeping things in reserve because you're afraid of what might happen, of what you might need in the future, of what may come into your experience. This is a card of non-trust, right? There is no faith in the card of Four of Pentacles. This is a card of fear-based mentalities. And the Two of Cups cannot hold that. It cannot hold that space. The Two of Cups requires dynamic exchange of energy, free and dynamic exchange of energy. There is no place for hoarding in divine love. So are you going to burrow in, or are you going to express it? Being mindful that what you share and how is definitely going to shape and change your reality, right? So when in doubt, trust. When in doubt, give. Even if in the past that has been challenging, that is what the universe is asking of you now. So we have the Seven of Cups, and we have the Three of Pentacles for Sunday. So we talked about this as a day of the who you are feels very solid, but it's the how that might feel out of alignment. So I love this pairing here. So Seven of Cups is about illusions, right? It's about confusion. It's about having a lot of options and perhaps being overwhelmed almost, like, having a little bit of that sensory overload when it comes to what is available to you or what is in your periphery. And then the Three of Pentacles is about about collaboration and shared experience. It's about learning and teaching. It's about mastery through practice of your craft, right? In terms of group entanglement, group involvement, like what is good for me is good for the rest. And so we talked about this as feeling perhaps